Hello. So in our last video, we talked about the difference between vision, manifesting, and faith. Vision, the act or power of seeing a thought, concept, or object formed by the imagination. And imagination is a powerful, powerful, powerful tool. If you can see it, if you can dream it, then you can do it with work. Manifesting is readily perceived by senses, and especially by the sense of sight. So if you can perceive it by your senses, and especially by the sense of sight. So first you have the vision, you have the sight, the wherewithal to see this thing that you're believing for. And then because you can see it, what starts to happen, it's like when you buy a car, right? If you buy a new car and you never used to see that car before, you notice that once you buy a car, you start seeing that car everywhere because you have opened your eyes to the car. That's what it is. You've opened your eyes to the car. Or maybe there's like a program you want to enter into. Then all of a sudden you start seeing this program everywhere. Like maybe there's an instrument you want to play, and then everywhere you go, that instrument is being played. It's because you've opened your vision, the sight, and now it's starting to manifest all around you. But then this most important part that you need is faith, because faith with active pursuit is fully active, or faith with active pursuit is fully alive, fully activated. So pursuing a goal is to follow in order, to overtake, to capture, to kill, or defeat. It means that once you set the vision, then it starts to manifest itself, and then you have to have the faith now to put the work to it so that it can come to pass. So now what I want to talk about in this video is I want to give you some questions, okay? Because what we are going to do in order for us to move forward with any vision, we have to do a year-end review. Now, how do you do that? Again, don't overwhelm yourself. Just take this in a few easy steps. Now, I've been doing this for over 20 years, okay? And every year I don't do all of this, but most of the time I do, but that's just me. But I'm giving you all of my steps. And if you want to do all of them, that's great. But it could take you months. But guess what? You have your whole life. And that's all that matters. So you do a year-end review. The way that I do my year-end review is I like to look at my calendar. I like to look at my photos. I like to look, if you post on social media, I like to look at my social media posts. And then I like to look through my journal. All of those things are going to give me a complete picture of everything that I did in the previous year. So in order to move forward, you must understand where you are departing from. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck on what happened yesterday. Forget about what's happened. Don't keep rehearsing old history. Be alert. Be present. I'm about to do something brand new. It's bursting out. Don't you see it? According to Isaiah 43:18. And I love that. Don't get stuck on old history, okay? Because you have the opportunity to shift. That's the most important thing. What happened yesterday? Okay, it happened. But what you gonna do about it today? Another thing that I have here are SMART goals. They're specific, they're measurable, they're accessible, they're realistic, and they're timely. And I think it's really, really important. But for this video, as we talk about our year-end review, I want to give you some things to think about. And this is just a list of questions. And so I had to slow down for a second. These questions can seem like a lot, but you don't have to answer all of them in one sitting. Whatever pops out at you, answer those questions. And so I love this book. Cindy Trim, Dr. Cindy Trim. Hello Tomorrow, The Transformational Power of Vision. Well, what an amazing book. Dr. Trim is such an inspiration. She definitely believes in a 20-year plan, 30-year, and really, if you're not there yet and you're only on a 1 year, you might just be able to get to 6 months. Whatever you can do. If you can only do a month by month plan, start somewhere. You could do month by month, year by year. If you've already started 1 year plans, then now move it to 2 years. Then do a 3-year plan, then do a 5-year, then do a 10-year. And you will start to see that things begin to happen in your life because you are taking control. You are living your life and you're not allowing your life to live you. And that is my hope for this series that I am putting on to YouTube. So I want to read you some of these questions. Now, I'm going to read through them quickly. And my hope is that, you just purchase the book and you'll have all the questions, you'll have all the questions in your hand. So this is from the chapter, Find Your Life Compass. Are you clear about your personal strengths and how you add value? Listen, years ago, my husband and I read this book. I wrote this book on purpose so that you would know yours. I don't think it's still in print, but check it out if you find it. It's by Phil Stanko, Stanko. And so what he talked about was your purpose is as plain as the as the nose on your face. And sometimes most of us are trying to escape our purpose because we want the purpose that somebody else has. But really, what do you add value to? I've discovered in my life that, my husband just said this to me recently, Mona, you're ahead of your time. So there are things that I see. I know I'm a seer. So there are things that I see that no one else is going to see because that's the purpose that I was created for. Now, the question is, when I see something, how do I present it so that other people can listen? But then even if I present it well and a person chooses not to listen, well, that's their loss. And I'm okay with that because I'm very settled in my purpose. So how you add value is very important for you to know. If you're a baker, be the best baker on the block. If you're an amazing driver, if you're an amazing surgeon, if you're an amazing teacher, be the best teacher. If you're a pastor, a preacher, if you are a basketball player, a football wide receiver, if you're a gardener, whatever your occupation may be, if you're a manager, if you're the CEO, if you're the COO, if you're the CSO, whatever you are, if you're an actor, if you're an actress, if you're a director, if you're a producer, be the best possible director, producer you could ever be. So here are some questions. And I'm going to just do a few questions on this video, but the next video will just be all questions because I don't want the questions to overload anyone. So there'll be one with just all questions. I'll start it out. It'll be questions to end your year. Questions for you to think about as you plan for the next 1, 5, 10, 20 years of your life. So you want to think about your personal brand. You want to think about companionship and marriage and friendship. You want to think about family. You want to think about personal growth and development, your career, your calling, your friends, your colleagues, your networks, your alliances, your partnerships, recreation, renewal, spiritual growth and development, financial stability, health, wellness, and fitness, legacy. You want to think about your creativity. You want to think about what do you want to leave as an inheritance to your family? What motivates you? What fuels you? So those are some of the things that you want to think about. I like to gather journals just because they help me think. So this is called a positivity planner. And this positivity planner, it's, you know, you say, I'd love to, I'm looking forward to, I need to, my fitness goals, my travel goals, my kindness goals, my charity goals. What are some of the things that you're thinking about that, I just want to read one more page to you, that you would like to do? And I don't, again, how do you turn a setback into a comeback? So those are some of the things. But our next video, as we continue in our year-end review, is going to be filled with all of the questions that you'll need to move forward. Another thing about a year-end review, as you're looking at your calendar, you're looking to see, what are some of the things that I did last year? Who are some of the people that I met with? Because life moves very quickly. And sometimes we can forget the things that we've done because we've moved on to the next thing, especially women of color. We have just been taught, man, to just work hard. I mean, that's where imposter syndrome comes from, is that we've watched our forerunners, our parents, the people in our family, like, run the race, and we've seen them work hard. And that's all we know, is to work hard and to be the hardest one, to be the first one in, last one out. But think about, like, stop and pause. Like, what are some of the great things that I've done? Who are some of the people I've met? What are some of the things I like to do? Now, this is another thing that I encourage everyone to do, and I'm always doing it for people. My friends will tell you. I think it's so important to go through your phone and print out your pictures. So here's the thing. Most of us put our best pictures on the gram, TikTok, whatever, the Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever social media you use. So what I like to do is I like to print out the pictures, and I create albums. I have an album. Yes, I have an album, all of me. Every picture I've taken that I love, I put it in a photo album, because sometimes you have to remind yourself, okay? So here are some pictures. Like, this is a great picture of me and my daughter. And that's a whole testimony, because according to the world standard, she should not be here, but she still is alive. And I'm so grateful. This is another great memory. Of course, my friend's sister, we're both cut off, but her daughter and one of my spiritual daughters is in this picture. And we went to the Drew Barrymore show, and that was a good time. This was a day that I was taking pictures with my son, and I love this picture. I just love that blue on the wall and how it's cascading on my silver. And this was a great day. I love this. That was a photo shoot I did. I was like really into doing these fashion shoots last year. I was feeling really great in this picture. So anyway, those are some of the things I print out. I just did a whole book for my son of pictures of just me and him all throughout last year. I do a book of me and my husband. This was a wedding we went to. This was a series that we spoke. I was thinking about blonde, so I love this, and that's why I have the blonde braids. I went to my girlfriend's birthday party. She was so happy. It was a great day. This is me and my daughter again at a concert, okay? Oh, this is me and my little brother. I hadn't seen him in a long time, so that's a great day. So, and this is just a whole testimony in itself, my family picture. And then me and all these beautiful little girls, and I just love them all. They're very also special to me. So, and here's a picture of me and my son. And that was a great day. So yeah, so I go through, I print out all my pictures, I put them in albums. I use some to put in my vision journal for the following year, just to remind myself of good times that I've had. So that's all part of the year-end review. And so before you can move forward, you got to look back a little bit, and then you can say, okay, this is where I'm moving forward. And so now we'll move on to part 3. I'll see you in the next video.